Meantime, the Portland Timbers' new head coach met the media for the first time since being hired last month. Martí Cifuentes takes over head coaching duties this week as the team plays its final Leagues Cup Phase 1 match at Providence Park on Thursday. He joins the Timbers with more than 2 decades of coaching experience across England, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, and Spain. Today, he spoke about the changes he plans to make as head coach.
So we need to find a balance, especially when you come in the middle of the season. It's always not only the new ideas, but as well a new way of training, new way of coaching, new training methodology, and that can take some time. So we need to find a good balance with the rest of the staff on how we want to do things, how quick we can introduce certain ideas, and as well we be smart because, as I said, this transition period has been good for the team, and the team is responding. So in the beginning, probably we will not change too many things.
With Cifuentes' arrival, the Timbers announced other coaching changes, including the departure of assistant coach Liam Ridgewell and the goalkeepers coach. The Timbers are back in League Cup play on Thursday before going to Chicago on Sunday for league play.